Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is Weekly Wednesday Wargaming questions and answers. It's an off-the-cuff video, guys. What that means is I record and upload. There is no fancy editing skills. You want to see me introduce at the beginning. I do have transition buttons, so there's noise outside of my control. I can stop filming, wait for it to pass and carry on. These Weekly Wednesdays essentially are a Q&A. You guys ask me questions and I answer them. They are primarily model focused, of which is primarily Games Workshop stuff, of which is primarily 40k stuff. There is terrain questions from time to time. There's some general information about myself and what's going on in the workshop. So, not many questions this week, which is, well, there's a few questions, but this is, I want to talk about the boat as well, so it's good. Anyway, how do you remember all the rules and abilities of your units? I don't. Today's a prime example. We done a battle report today, Death Guard versus Space Wolves, and I was using one of the Death Guard characters. I don't have the model for it, but I was using another model to act as that to see, see what it's like. And it's a new one they brought out with this edition. And he gives him lone operative 18 inches. Of course, I forgot about that. So Vindicators just blasting them from this. I think the Vindicator only killed 4 of them in total, but we're still blasting the unit of Plague Marines. I should have remembered, but that's the reason why I took him, because it'll force him to come forward, take him off position. But yeah, it's hard to remember. Sometimes when we're playing a game, I'll go, oh, do they not have a rule that's this? And it'll be like, oh yes. Sometimes I'll say to Mark, are they sustained hits? Oh yes, we'll say yes. So sometimes you'll find it easier to learn the rules and abilities of your opponent, especially if you're playing the same person and it's the same army, or you've got a couple of armies and you're playing one of those every week. You start to learn more about their armies than your own. It is difficult. If you're just starting out, the best thing to do is try and keep it simple. Don't have all these multiple units, different fancy units. Start with a few, just say you're playing Space Marines, you want as many assault and intercessor squads as you can. Let's say you put a lieutenant in each unit. Well, you get used to what the assault and intercessor's abilities are and what the lieutenant's abilities are. The lieutenant's ability will be the same regardless of what unit he joins. Okay, I think it gives them lethal hits, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So then once you know that, you can swap a couple of those units out and bring something else in and start using those and get used to them that way. Of course, when you're like me or Mark, when you have, and probably a lot of you guys, we have multiple armies, it is difficult to remember everything. So today's battle report, Death Guard versus Space Wolves. It was enjoyable. It wasn't a long game, but it was enjoyable. That's going to be edited tomorrow. Edited tomorrow and go up on sale tomorrow. I am building less buildings up to 200, which is going to be the Magus for Majestic Cults. Now, I did want to build Mortarion, but I said there was a few issues with the car, and this means I'm probably going to have to wait a month or so to get the money up for that, maybe 2 months. So I'd rather not put myself under pressure to do that and be waiting for, not doing Let's Build videos and quickly getting through this lot. So I said, he will be the next model that I buy. I still have the Combat Patrol magazine coming in. But I said, let me get these ones that need to be built on camera done, because I'm trying to build the Chaos Space Marine stuff that came in Combat Patrol now, which I think is just 10 Legionaries, Dark Apostle that I'm building off camera, and I think the unit Chaos Terminators, which I have unit Chaos Terminators box set as well, so 2 units of Chaos Terminators to build. But if I can get all those built, actually I've painted apart from the using areas, I paint the rest of them on camera. So that'll be another project for me to do off camera. But I'd rather have them built and to be painted rather than just sitting in the box or sitting in the comic book magazine just waiting to be taken out. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing recently, and trying to. I was meant to do the majors on Tuesday. Got distracted a little bit, delayed. So it meant I was going to do it today, but then like I said, he's free for a game today, so I said, well, I'll do the game today. The game can go up tomorrow. Majors can be built today or tomorrow. Didn't have time today, so I can start doing it tomorrow. She's not that difficult, and then that can go up on Friday. You know, just that kind of way. But anyway, do you have any plans to add any big vehicles to any of your armies? Yeah, I do. After multi, I do want to get maybe a couple of impulsors, some lancers. We'll get a couple more land raiders as well. Monolith, Lord of Skulls. You know, the list does go on, but I think what I'll do is, once I've got everything built on camera and off camera, I will then, and I've got multi and he's done, I will then start looking at like, okay, should I get an impulsor? Or should I get a lancer or something like that? And then get that and build it. Then say, should I get something for the Necrons, like a monolith? Or something for the Orcs, you know? Or something for Chaos Space Marines, you know, something like that, and just get one and keep trying to just do. But with that said as well, that's the plan. But I probably buy, say, a Lancer after multi, of course, and then they're buying a box of Necron Immortals to give myself more death marks, or you start getting lost and buying troops and buying stuff. That's but yeah, I do want to start adding more tanks, because looking at the size of the Space Marine force, it's huge, but there's not many big tanks into it. So a couple of Vindicators or something, give Markov tasty like medicine. Anyway, have you stopped making terrain? No, I haven't. I've just been so busy with everything. There's actually a piece of terrain that I started making when I was still in the workshop. It's actually in here. It's going to be one that can go in the middle of the table with the objective in the middle of it, and it can be turned either way. It's a big square piece, but it can be turned either way. We'll give you different angles, line sights, and stuff like that. But because it's either make content or try and do stuff off camera, which I need to do both of anyway, or do the terrain bits that I will be doing later stuff on it on camera, but for now it's all stuff that's been done off camera. You know, so I do want to start making terrain again and just start pushing it out on the channel, but it's just the old enemy. That's what it is, the old enemy. But hopefully, like once I get all of that built, and the comic book magazines, there's still a couple of Imperial magazines as well. I think there's actually like a unit of Outriders, the 2 Tomb Blades for Necrons. What else is there? I think there's still 2 of the Cataphragm Destroyers, I think they're called, or the AdMech, which is not that, you know, they're not difficult. But once I got all those done, that frees up a lot of time that I don't have to do that sort of stuff off camera. So it can then focus me to do, you know, more terrain bits and pieces. And as Mark said to me in today's game, it's all well and good using tournament style terrain, but you are, you know, a YouTube channel that makes terrain, makes models, paints the models, all that sort of stuff. So why not just have your own terrain that you've made on the table in battle reports when we play here? Yeah, why not? Okay. So that's what we did today, just slapped it all down and just waiting for it. Yeah, so that was that. Anyways, I will be trying to get onto the terrain again. What I'm going to do now is bring you down and show you the boat. Now, what is the boat for everyone that's new? I show you host models, and you guys comment on this video what you want me to paint for Monday's painting video. You know, an event of a tie, I do a dice roll. Now, we do have a wild card vote, and the wild card is you find out if it wins, and we have creator's choice. So if nobody votes, or if you vote Creator's Choice, then I picked a model to paint it, which is, I want to paint everything. And it's not actually, there's not that much left. It's the same as last week, but there's only just, the Rangers are missing. Because the Rangers are painted one the dice roll for Monday, so they were painted up. So I've got a blister pack here, because that's how they used to come, or 3 of the metal ones, but there's quite a 5 now. So if I buy a box, I'm getting 5 models. I'm not getting 5 plus a couple spare. So they were printed for me. They're painted up so they can go with the other 3 Rangers to make us 5. But yeah. And on midday, Saturday, my time, I will check the votes and I will see what's won and then start, hopefully start working away on it. Now, if you don't know how to spell something, because there's some of them have crazy names, just give a brief description. You can vote for as much as you like, but don't say I vote for everything, so it won't count. And we have an Army of the Month. And at the moment, the Army of the Month is Space Marines. So if the Space Marines win, then I will just take a unit and start painting them. And don't panic, because if the Space Marines win, I'm not going to take Assault Intercessors and start painting them. I don't think anyone wants to watch them painted, but not now anyway. When they first come out, maybe, but not now. But anyway, yeah. So I'm going to bring those shade away, guys. So we have the Ragnarok for the goblins, orcs and goblins. It comes on the big square base, so it's old world. We have the very old Bloodthirster, which would probably be the imprints now, I'd say. Well, he's on the old fantasy base, so he would be. Crossbones broke off his base, I don't know how, but he's on there for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have Sabretooth for Marvel Crisis Protocol. Helions that still needs to be sprayed week after week after week. I forget about them. I have Swooping Hawks, but these are a alternative print, and I have some of the old metal ones as well. I have the Berserks that should be gravelled by now and sprayed. I have Omega Red, Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have 20 of these Chaos Warriors, Noble Chaos Warriors, old fantasy, but there's like 12 of them like this, I think, and then another 6 or 7 a different way, and a few others totally different. Eldari Guardians. I have the Death Shroud, which I need to just do a bit of conversion work to, and what I've decided is not to panic about these. If they win the vote, then I will just focus on getting the conversion work done on them, put the heads in and all that sort of stuff, and I'll film it, so you'll see what I'm doing. I have the Coal for Leagues of Votan. I have 2 Rat Ogres. This would also include their Packmaster if they win, which I think still needs to be put together. I have the Beastman. I have Captain Zemo for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have Black Widow for Marvel Crisis Protocol. I have this bloody delightful Toonblade. I have Plague Monks for the Skaven. I actually think there's only about 5 or 6 of them built. I think the rest of them still need to be built, which is an absolute nightmare, but they're not too difficult. It's literally body, head, and in arms. The old style. And I have the Wizards. And of course, Army of the Month is Space Marines. So, not a long video today. Nice and easy, nice and sweet. So just chuck your votes down as done in the comment section as below as normal, guys. If you're new to the channel and see this for the first time, hit the subscribe button because it costs you nothing. Turn your notifications on so don't miss anything. Everyone smash the thumbs up button so that triggers YouTube shares video more and more people, which makes this incredible community of you guys grow even more. If you have a question for me, chuck in the comments section below. There are no silly questions, so don't think, oh, I can't say that because someone's going to take the piss. It doesn't happen here, okay? If you don't want to chuck it below because you don't feel comfortable, some of you have no problem with piss taking over you, but you just don't feel comfortable. Just some of you just want to message me privately, which is fine. Go to Unique Wargaming Terrain Facebook page, and there's a message button there. Click on that and message me directly. I don't poke my head in there as much as I should, but I do get messages from there, and I'll answer your question if I think you need an answer straight away, or I'll just tell you, look, I'll answer it next Wednesday. If you want to support the channel even further, there's a join button below. Click on that and become a member of the channel with different tiers and different perks. And I appreciate every single person that does. So guys, thanks for watching. Hit the buttons for me. Don't forget to vote. And I will tell you, come next Wednesday, regardless of what wins, for Monday's paint video, come next Wednesday, there will be a few more models put in there because the majors is not going to take me long to build. There's some Genesee the Colt stuff, nearfire hybrids, but I've done them on camera already. There's some mutation, some abomination stuff, I think. I don't know exact names of them, but when I build them, they'll be there. There's a wagon to build. There's some Leagues of Voltan stuff, and I'll probably get another 4 magazines in the next week or so. So there's still a few bits for me to get through, but I won't build the majors. They build something else with Genesee the Colt, so I'll switch it around to something else. There's different less builds, and then go back to that whatever unit is that's on there. If I can get that done tomorrow, then that probably free me up to maybe Saturday get a bigger unit done, or even if I get a big unit done finished on Sunday. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Hit the buttons for me, and don't forget to vote. Until next time guys, thanks for watching, take it easy.